So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Helen. We shall continue with MIS class, that is Management Information System. Today we are talking about the acquisition. I want to share my screen. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are staying safe, especially this time. So I want to share my screen. Just a minute. Just a minute, class. So welcome to our class. Hope you can be able to see the screen that I have shared with you guys. So information, we are saying it can be classified in a number of ways in this chapter, and we'll learn two of the most important ways to classify information. You'll be able to learn how to classify information. You'll be able to learn how to classify information. So we have the information. As you can see from the diagram, we have the information. Hizo tumefanya zote. We have the information. Information, we are saying can be, when you talk about information, data, all those things, what they meant. Remember, we are talking about management. When you talk about MIS, we are talking about management information system. So in this case, when you talk about information, we are saying it can be classified in a number of ways. We have classification by its characteristics, classification by its application, classification by management hierarchy. So look at that diagram, you'll be able to see under the characteristics what we have, under the classification what we have, under the classification management what we have. So if you go to the classification by its characteristics, we have the action versus non-action information, recurring versus non-recurring information, internal versus external information. When you come to classification by application, you have the planning information, control information, and also the knowledge information. Then the classification by management, we have the supervisor level information, and the middle level and the top level. So characteristics inamaanisha venye inafanyanga, which actions do they perform, what do they declare, what are the internal characteristics, the external characteristics. When you come to application, how is it applied? Maybe when you are planning something, planning about information control, you want to control it, maybe information, how do you do it, knowledge about information. And the last one, when you're talking about the management, there's a way the organization manage itself, the hierarchy we are talking about. We have from the supervisor. These are the people who are superior in an organization. They are earning well. They are the managers. They supervise everything that happens. They do management work. When you come to the middle level, these are the people who are at the middle levels. We have maybe these people who are administrators, all of them, the finance, what, evil. So we also have the top level information. It also depends with the organization. So characteristics, classification by characteristics. We are going to start classification by characteristic. Classification by characteristics. I know my notes are well shared. If you have a problem, sorry, just a minute. Just a minute. So when you're talking about the strategic level, so can you be able to see my notes, the shared notes? Yeah. Strategic information, this one we have it in a long-term policy decision, whereby the objective of business and the checks how well the objectives are met. And they have given us an example. So when you want to acquire a new plant, when you want to acquire a new product, the diversification of business comes at the strategic information. So this one, when the policy is long, those are the standard of rules. When you want to make those long term, you go to strategic information. When it comes to tactical information, this one we are seeing the information needed for exercising control over the business resources. So when you're doing your budgeting, when you want to do productivity level, inventory level, all those they involve that kind of information. We also have under the characteristic or classification by characteristics, we have the operational information, operation, how it performs. So maybe the business level information, when you want to ensure the proper conducting of specific operation task, all those, the machine specific, the shift of the jobs, quality control checkups comes under this category, or the operation. When you talk about the operation, everything of learning in everything that is learning in an organization. The other number two is classification by application. Classification by application. Remember, we started saying characteristic by classification by its characteristics. Now we have classification by application. How is it applied? Information can be categorized in planning information, control of information, knowledge of information. We already mentioned, but now we are able to explain. When you're talking about planning of information, these are the standard and norm specification in organization. When you make a decision, you need to be able to organize who makes the decision in a organization. Is it the manager? Is it the assistant manager? Is it the director? Is it the who makes decision at the end? So every organization has the planning information. We also have the control information. This information is needed for establishing control. It is needed for establishing control. A minute class. I was doing something, sorry for that. So what we are saying is knowledge information. We were talking about the planning information, who does the planning in an organization, the design standard, who controls all those things. We also have the control of information. The information is also needed for establishing control over all the business activities through feedback mechanism. This information is used for controlling attainment, nurture, and utilization of important processes in a system. So they are even saying you who controls everything, the knowledge, information, all those you can be able to elaborate for yourself. Organizational information, this one it deals with the organization, the culture, all those. We also have functional and operational information. These are specific information, for example, the daily schedules in manufacturing plant, database information, large qualities, all those. We also have quality of information. So we are saying information is a virtual resource of the success of an organization. And the future of an organization, it lies in disseminating information wisely. Good quality information placed in the right context, in the right time, tell us about the opportunities and the problems well in advance. So you guys, please interact in our class. Sorry for that. So we are saying good quality information. You have to have good quality information, good value of information, and they always vary according to the users and the users of information. And we are saying according to the one and the strong, following a dimension of elements of information quality. We have the intrinsic, we have the contextual, we have the accessibility and representational. So all of them, we also have the various others that propose various lists of metric for assessing the quality of information. So if you are able to generate at least a list of the most essential characteristics, features of information quality, we have different. We have the reliability, timely, we have the accuracy, that is accurate, relevance or relevant, all that. Explicit, comparable, reproducible, all that. So we also have information and need and objective. So information processing beyond doubt is a dominant industry for the present century. And we have the factors that state few common factors that always reflect on the need and the objective of information processing. So one, we have the increasing impact of information processing for organization decision making. We also have the changing employment scheme world over, shifting basis from manual agriculture to the machine-based. We also have the information revolution and the overall development scenarios. We also have the growth of IT industry in strategic importance. We also have the strong growth of information, the need for sustainable development and the quality life. We also need the improvement in communication, transportation brought by the use of information processing. So even you, if you're able to think of the dominant industry of the present century, things have changed. The way the industry for IT was, IT has brought a lot of changes in today's world. When you go to farming, things have machines, so many machines have been implemented that they can be able to make work easier. So we are saying the use of information processing in land record management, the legal delivery system, educational institution, the natural resource planning, the customer relation management, and so on. We also have the implication of information in business. So when you're talking about the implication, information processing has been able to transform our society in numerous ways. From a business perspective, there have been a huge shift towards increasingly automated business processes and also the communication. If you're able to access the information and also the capability of information, processing has helped in achieving greater efficiency in accounting and other business processing. If even you yourself, you are to think of how information processing has been able to transform our society. Of course, it has transformed in very many perspectives, in very many ways. So we are going also to learn about the complete business information system accomplished the following functionality. One, we have the correction and also the storage of data. We have the transform these data into business information, which is very useful for decision making. It provides control to safeguard data, to automate and streamline reporting. So I would like us to have a discussion. What other more things do you think information system has helped? What are other transformations? So discuss. Getao, Eri, Kabage. We are saying we discuss about the information. What is information system? We already know, eh? Sasa tunasema nataka discuss about what has information system changed. What are the impact? All those things. Information system, how it has changed. Information is stored over time. If you go back to the platform, sorry for interaction, you'll be able to see something I've updated about the notes and everything in the small quiz because I wanted us to do after this. So ensure you go back there. So sorry for that delay. I want us to complete because huku stima zinapotea zikirudi. There is a problem with light. So I was talking about the following list summaries the 5 main uses of information by business and other planning organization. We have planning, recording, controlling, measuring, and decision making. These are the main use of information by business and other organization. These are the 5 main use of information by business and other organization. Planning. Planning. What is planning? What is recording? What is planning? What is planning? So we have the planning. At this planning stage, information is the most important ingredient. You have to plan your information. You also have to record it. You have to control, measuring, and also decision making. When you're making the decision, this one is the managerial decision making theory of organization behavior underlying the human behavior. In this shortcut, there will be dimension information that involve logical foundation, and we are going to read about all that. Now, I also wanted us to do major enterprise application. I don't know whether you're okay with today, but or we do it next time.